Okay, so with the Germans, I'm going to activate the 9th Panzer. So let's flip that and flip the corresponding headquarters token over here. And then I forgot in the isolation phase we had a unit here without a safe path. They will lose a step at the end of their activation. Okay, so now let's see what the 9th Panzer can do. Let's first check the supply line here. Everything seems fine. We have an optimal distance. We have +1 on the snafu. We don't have any fatigue. This division was actually fresh last turn. So it's going to be a +1 snafu roll. Oh, actually, there's a -1 game-specific snafu after 24th of December. Right, so we have a +-1 snafu roll. Let's see if we can get to 7 or more and to get a full activation this turn. That would be very nice. And we do, we get an 8. And that's a full activation for the 9th Panzer, which means that we are now allowed to place 2 objective markers. And this is nice because while you're doing attacks in a double objective zone, you have now, you get a bonus you get a +1 modifier for your attacks. I think I will just actually place them in Marche en Famenne, of course. So let's start by attacking Marche en Famenne. Let's see if we could drop the support, but I should also try to cut off for next turn. Let's use the railroad, and the railroad costs 2 for attack factors. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5, and then there will be, I guess we need to pay the woods cost to go there. That's 10.5 then, and stop. Yep, and that's it's neatly cut off. We could actually use our remaining fire event to try to I guess I should also try to bump the headquarters and see if we can actually get rid of the prepared defenses. But I'll finish with this unit first. So he stopped, but he can still try to drop the support over here. And that's in a double objective zone, so we have +1 for that, but we also have +1 on the defender for having 2 supports. So this one has 7, this one has 6, so we have a +1 in total. We roll 8, and that's, if you remember, it's a very simple chart. Support is dropped, target drop. It's the lowest support involved line there. So we do get drop support on the infantry unit next to Marche en Famenne. And let's see if we can try to bump the headquarters. Oh, actually, let's see, how much artillery do I have? 3 on the headquarters and 1 extra, so I have, in total, I have 4 artillery points to use. Now, let's see. Let's try that again. These units have truck movement points. That's the black movement factors. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 to bump the HQ. 5. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5. Do I want to go up here? Yeah, why not? Or actually, will I be in command radius? We have the headquarters unit here, so that should be fine. Yeah, I'll go up there then. So now I'm finished moving with that unit. And now let's see if I got a hard bump or a soft bump on the headquarters. That's a 1. It's a soft bump. So again, we just pick up the headquarters and the combat trains and put them down somewhere else. We're starting to run out of spaces to put them. Maybe something like that. Okay, so now this tank unit will try to drop support in Marshal Command. They have +1 for double objective zone, but the Americans also have +1 because they have double support. They have a 3 plus the 3. They use this support, and they have 6 in total. So the Germans have 9, so it's +3 for the attack. 8 plus 3, that's 11. So we get yet another support loss, step loss here, up here on the distributed support unit. And the German units, or the American units in Marshal Command, have now got their support dropped. I'm putting out these temporarily dropped support, but in effect they are all surrounded now, so they should be permanently dropped. So I've used 1 fire event with this unit. I could use another one. I could move somewhere and use another one, or maybe I will just stay here and actually use this fire event to attack by fire. An attack by fire is basically, if you've dropped the armor support of a unit, you can continue to fire at it and then use the barrage table. Now in a city, we don't, if you remember the barrage table, sorry, in the barrage table here you get a hit on a 5 to 6. So I will just try to do that with the final fire event. Now I do get a 5, so the poor Americans in Marchand-Famenne are feeling the heat. Let me put the objective markers on the side here, pointing to Marchand-Famenne. So now we've used those 2 tank units, we've used some mobile infantry up here. And do we have any more? I think this guy, this dual unit here, let's use his 2 fire events to also attack by fire into Marchand-Famenne. So we get 2 rolls, reduction on a 5 or 6. No hits this time. Now we have to do the actual attack. And given that we have, I'm hesitating whether to use a suppression mission or actually use 4. Let's see what we get. So we have a double objective zone. Let's see. We attack with these pioneer units. They have a 4 action rating versus the 3 in Marchand-Famenne. So that's a +1 for the Germans. We have dual supported on the Germans. That's a +2 for the Germans. We have a suppression mission. Let's say we don't use that. So we're up +2 for the Germans. We have an assist from the armor unit in next or in the same stack. That's +3 for the Germans. It's a double objective zone, so it's +4 for the Germans. And then we have prepared defenses on the defender, so that's +3 for the Germans. And they are defending in a city hex. That's +1 for the Germans. So we're looking at a +1 or +3 if we use the suppression mission. And if we need to get up to 11. So but we have one more turn to take this hex, I guess. So let's try to use a suppression mission. Or not. If we use a destruction mission, we can actually put 3 points on the 3 artillery points in there, which means that we could we should get at least 1 more hit, and they won't be able to reinforce Marchand-Famenne unless they relieve it somehow with fresh steps next turn. That's otherwise quite common for the Americans. They get lots of replacement steps every turn, but they can't get these replacement steps in here next turn. So I should probably try to take it. I'm just using 1 and for a suppression mission and +3 on the attack. Okay. 7 +3, that's not very good. It's situational and traffic, so one more step loss. And 1 step loss on the pioneers. are done. We can use some artillery here. Do I need to take this hex or not? They're within 6 hexes. I'll move up this unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And remember, this American unit does not have any zone of control right now. Let's see, I will go up with this guy here and attack into this hex because it's still in the objective zone, and I'll use the remaining artillery as 3 destruction missions in this hex here. So start with the destruction artillery. It's terrain in the hex, so we're hitting on 4s. So 3 dice, 2 hits. And now we do the actual attack. We have 4 versus 3. But they are in prepared defenses, so that's ±0. But then we have dual and supported, dual or supported. They have support. As you can see, they have a support unit in their division, so it's +1 for the Germans. They're defending in terrain, so that's ±0. But it's a double objective zone, so we get +1. +1. 6. It's just attacker loses 1. And I think that's it for this activation. Should I do anything more? Probably not. Okay, let's see if we get. Let's see if first we check for isolation effects. I don't think we have anything isolated, and then we do roll for fatigue. Outside 6. That's no fatigue increase, and then let's see if we get another activation with this division. 4. We do get another activation. Fantastic. Flip it to its done side, and we just roll for snafu again then. Still the same, and of course we get a 6, so it's only a partial. Or did we have +1? Optimal distance, but no, but the game specific snafu. Okay, so we only have 1. Okay, so what we want to do now, of course, is to place the objective marker in Marche en Famenne. Again, I'll place it on the side here, and then this time we don't have 4 artillery points, we only have 2. But now we have several armor units that could just attack by fire into Marshal of Men. So I'll start with 2 attacks from this hard tank unit here. 2 attacks from this guy. Actually, let's start with a weak one. 2 attacks by fire, which is the same as the rolling on the barrage table. So every armor unit has 2 fire events, and in cities you hit in 5 or 6. So 2 attacks, no effect. Then we do 2 attacks by fire with this guy. And again, hit some 5s or 6s, no effect. Yep. I think we need to move this guy. We need to move someone out of the way, like this guy. I could just put him down here. This guy will move 1 or half, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. Wait. Yeah, well, they can get in here for sure. And they will also do 2 attacks by fire into Marshal of Man. Now we get a hit. Nice. Okay. This guy. Okay, let's see. He's stopped there. I can just move this guy up instead. And now we'll do the attack on Marshal of Men with the Pioneers again. So now we don't have a double objective zone, so instead of +3 we'll get a +2 if we use a suppression mission. And we basically only need to get, this time we only need to get a 7 or more. Yeah, I think I will use a destruction mission instead. Two artillery barrages into Marshal of Men while this guy is attacking. So we have the Pioneers attacking Marshal of Men again. Start with the 2 artillery barrages, and we get 2 hits. Okay. So this unit is eliminated before we even need to roll on the attack table. And this guy can enter Marshal of Men. And maybe we should try to move. So these guys already moved, right? Although I'm not super worried that they will retake. The city hex. Interestingly, I think we sort of now also entered the blob here of the 116th. Let's think about that. I think they are basically mixed now. You have to draw like an intricate pattern here to not mix them, which basically means that they are mixed. So I think I will get a coordination marker on the 116th and also on the 9th infantry or 9th Panzer. And let's see if we can get this unit in here. So 1, 2. Let's truck movement points. Well, that should be fine. So we can go half, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5, 6. That should be fine. And maybe now we actually want to move the headquarters up as well. Or not. The 9th Panzer, what we did wrote, where are the orders? Pessu via Marchand-Famenne. So Pessu is over here, so we said we'd go up this way. It's not really useful to move the headquarters up here. I really need to take this hex first before we can start to run up there. So maybe this guy should actually attack here. By the way, this guy could have flipped to its deployed side because he just moved 1 hex. And I think you can... Yeah, so the sequencing, I mean, I could actually attack. Even though I've moved other stuff, I could actually go back to this and attack with it. I mean, he just moved, but he's not finished, so he could also attack if he wanted to. For example, this hex here. And why not? Let's try to do that. I have a 4 versus 3. That's +1. These are dual or supported. That's +2. But these are in terrain and prepared defenses, so that's ±0. I get an assist from, let's say, one of these units. I think here I use an assist from that, but there's still assists left. So I had a +1. And that's nothing. It's basically attacker loses 1. Okay. But then I think I'm done. I cannot move up the headquarters this turn. So let's see if we get any fatigue first. Yes, that's a fatigue increase. So we're getting fatigue up to 1 for the 9th Panzer. And then we're done with the 9th Panzer activation.